Happy Monday. I had maybe one of the greatest go-to-market weekends of my life. I was at the GTM Fund retreat, and a lot of just really great people to have conversation with to learn about sort of what's going on in the market, how are people thinking about problems, and boy, I learned a lot. But today, I got a new client starting, and so what I thought I would do is we are like just signing paperwork right now, and I haven't connected with their team, so I'm going to try to give them a leads list now and see how good it is. I don't really have a lot of context on the company yet. I just have their public information. So I'm going to put together this leads list on this call, except for the actual contacts, because I think I get smacked if I provide contacts on a video. But you're going to see my process of how I use ChatGPT to define ICP and persona, which we've done before. And then some of the things, I'm just going to speak out loud about some of the things I'm looking for, some of the thought processes here, and how to use public data, especially when companies like this company have done such a good job at defining case studies, et cetera, and reversing into their ICP and trying to give them at least leads out of the gate on day 0 of the contract that their sales team can immediately take. And ideally, these should be the Glenn Ross leads. All right, well, let's dive into what I'm doing. All right. So the first thing I've got my good friend ChatGPT. I don't know if I probably haven't heard of it. It's like there's basically 1,000 people on the other end that are typing like mad when you. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna continue on. All right, let's. So what I'm gonna first do is I'm gonna go to this tool called ChatGPT Splitter. ChatGPT Splitter. Okay. And I'm just going to start pasting in stuff from their website. Boom. And all I'm trying to do is get a really good idea of ICP and buyer persona. And it's going to be really helpful with future stuff that I'm doing. So I have a process here where I have multiple ChatGPT sessions because it gets drunk after a long time. You know, it's like you've been for a party the first couple hours, you're pretty good. Hour 3, you know, you're not as good. An hour 4, it's just, you know, it's over. And so I only want to have the first 2 hours of partying with ChatGPT, and then I want to be like, hey, is your brother available? He seems less drunk than you. All right, let's pull this in. Okay. So I use this thing called the Whisper API plugin here to just talk to ChatGPT. And that way, if you're on a jog here and you're listening to me because I don't know, you're insane, why would you do that? You can hear my prompts. Can you define a perfect ICP and buyer persona for me for a B2B SaaS company? Leave no stone unturned. I always like it to leave no stone unturned, but that's more about me than ChatGPT. All right, now we've got 10 little things here, so I can just copy and paste. Now, there are tools that do this for surezies, but I don't have them, so. Okay, great. Yeah, there's, I think, a Chrome extension. I forgot what it is, but you can just prompt chain. So it's like super powered. I got to find it because I do this all the time, and it's ridiculous. There's like, why am I waiting for ChatGPT? It should be waiting for me. Okay, this is good, right? Oh, wow! Did you see that? It just like got rid of my content. All right, chunk 1 out of 10. And you know it gets drunk when it's not going to say this chunk thing. It's going to start doing something else, and it'll be like, okay. My friend Morgan is like a big fan of Claude, but I don't know. I'm a ChatGPT person. Isn't this interesting? Didn't you come here to watch copy and pasting? So the nice thing too, which you may not have noticed, but I really copied the case studies. So that's super, super important. Okay. And once I get this done, I am going to leave this session. Now that you have a deep understanding of this company, I want you to create an ICP and buyer persona for them. If there are additional segments that we want to break up, please do that. So there might be multiple ICPs and buyer personas. That's absolutely okay. If you have to take more than one chat session to provide all of the detail, please do that. I want you to act as the most detailed VP of product marketing that the world has ever seen. And I want to make sure that if we are going to hand this ICP and persona back to Catch, that they will be blown away by the amount of detail and specificity of the segmentation and ICP analysis. Do your thing, ChatGPT. All right, yeah, I just want to make sure, because my custom instructions are like, be short, be cheeky, and I'm like, no, don't do that. Okay, good. They've got segments here. Over 1,000 employees. Okay. Chief Data Officer. Okay. Okay, this is great. This is great. This is great. Wow, I feel like this is probably right. Although, I think they go after marketing, folks. Okay, now I want to know. Now, help me understand all of the possible titles that this company could target across segments. And the associated pains. I really want to know of each role that they would be trying to use Catch to solve. So basically, I want to understand the personas a little bit more and have it do a pretty good job of like detailing, like these pain points. This is really important, right? Speed of implementation, rapid scaling, customer data governance, PII and customer data management. This is great. AI efforts, great. Okay. Okay. Now I need to take this to my jobs data. I generally start with my jobs data just because it's a pretty easy, fast, intense data for me to pull. There's a bunch of other data that we can pull, but this is like pretty good. Now I want you to provide me in all lowercase a comma-separated list of every single title that you think they could go after, including variations. For example, I want you to say Chief Information Security Officer, comma, CISO, comma, Chief Technology Officer, comma, CTO, and be as specific as possible, leaving no stone unturned, and making sure that we've captured all variants of titles. The other thing you can do if it's easier is just to give me the head title like engineering or developer and tell me the seniorities separately, whichever you think will lead to a more comprehensive answer. Please provide this in all lowercase, comma separated in paragraph form. It's really important that paragraph form, it really likes to do bullet points and have nice formatting, so you kind of got to tell Chat GPT. That's what I just said, Chat GPT. Like I'm talking about a lipstick. All right. This is pretty good. This is fantastic. Now I want you to envision that you are an expert in job descriptions for each of these specific jobs. And I want you to identify all of the unique keywords that might actually appear in each of these individual job titles in job descriptions, in real job descriptions, that would mean that a company is actively trying to solve this problem. For example, a chief data officer, a keyword might be data governance. That is super specific to Catch and also would likely exist inside of a chief data officer role. I want it in the exact same format you have provided this thing above and leave no stone unturned. And make sure to include only the keywords that are absolutely specific to this company's ICP and buyer persona. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, what I'm attempting to do, is to be able to pull data inside of Blueprint Intent. So we already have the titles, and I'm just trying to give them, again, I don't have a lot of context on this company, so I totally could come into this and like, Jordan, what is this? Which is always helpful to, let's just see how many total job titles. Okay, consent management. I do know that they do that. AI compliance, model risk management. Okay, this is good. Okay, we've got plenty of jobs. Now let's do, no, I don't want company description. I want job description. All right. Do you know that song? It's off the Taylor Swift Reputation album, Delicate, where she's got that AI tone voice. It's like running in my head. Okay, no. You don't come here for me to sing Taylor Swift. All right, data. This is ridiculous. Data governance, data governance manager, Optum. Okay. So now we're just going to do is we've got, remember, you probably didn't know this, but my jobs data is actually sorted by density of keywords, data quality, data stewardship, data governance. Like, all right, this is really, really good. Now, one of the things that we're going to do that I know that Catch does is Deloitte. Did we spell Deloitte wrong in our, oh, it's like some dumb website problem. www.2, what is that? Okay, so notice there's a privacy policy here, right? So we're actually going to be able to scrape that and determine that they have this, which is one of Catch's value props, I believe. So we're going to be able to filter this list further, but let's just download this. And once we have this, what I want to do is go back to ChatGPT. Now I want you to include an output that is all of these exact keywords, all of these exact titles, and the most detailed specifications on each of their segments and ICP. And it's okay if this takes 3 or 4 different responses. And actually, I would prefer if it did take 3 or 4 responses and you asked me to continue. That way we can make sure we could leave no stone unturned. I want someone to be able to understand all of the most important context that exists in this chat so I can take it to a new ChatGPT session and ChatGPT can absolutely understand everything that's going on here. Now, give me the best. It's like, it's kind of fun how you could have fun with it, and it's like you don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take this into a data analytics session, and I'm going to actually analyze my data here when this is done. Sheets.new, great hack. I always start with branding. I always brand my Google Sheets so people know this came from me. Catch leads list 1. All right. And we're going to have a couple of things here. I always like to do the explainer or like resources. So I always make sure to include the blueprint intent search, which blueprint intent. This is, we generate unique links here. Then what I'm going to do is, yes, continue. Then once this is done, I'm going to share this link here. And that way, if anyone else wants to come and get context, they can. Okay, we're going to upload. We've got 2 files. We've got jobs, and then we've got companies. We're at 13 minutes. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit this on LinkedIn, unfortunately. Maybe I'll try to wrap up in 2 more minutes because no one wants to hear me blab on for longer than 15 minutes. I told someone the other day that I don't think I'm as good as a Beavis and Butthead episode, which, by the way, the Mike Judge has done a new season, and I think it's excellent. But you have to be into smart, dumb humor, I think. It's not everyone's jam. Notice that my voice is like, I'm losing it because I was yelling all weekend, just because that's the natural volume of my voice, 100 decibels. All right, there are the jobs. Now let's pull the companies. Now, what's kind of nice is that Blueprint does something really fancy for us, which I'm so grateful, is that it actually automatically ranks the companies by who has the worst version of this problem. So it's going to give us 2 columns. The first column is the number of jobs found. So 68 jobs. It's also going to give us the density of those keywords. So 209 jobs found over 68 jobs with 209 keywords. Now, this is like probably some data issues like click jobs and dice. These are all job boards. So we're not doing a good job at saying these are not dice jobs. But like this is a perfect example of this, like Robert Hab, like BBC Studios, right? 2 jobs, but They're like obsessed with data governance, data quality, right? There are 2 jobs that have in total 74 keywords, right? So we have almost 5,000 companies here. I think we have like how many 7,000 jobs. That's the max that we export. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Sorry, LinkedIn. I really want to get this done. So, yes. So now we're going to take this into a new ChatGPT session. We've done this a couple of times before, so you shouldn't be surprised. Oh, this is really good. Yes. This is great. Good job, ChatGPT. While that is waiting to finish, I'm taking this in a new session because I want to identify offers next and message segmentation. So I want to make sure that we're doing that based on the keywords in the job descriptions. Oh, great. Okay, so this should be done now. Just say okay. All right, I basically great. So I just wanted to give it context here. Now let's upload. We're going to upload the job. We're going to upload the jobs file, not the companies. No, I do want to upload the jobs. I want to upload jobs. Because sometimes ChatGPT is like pretty good at getting things other than the keywords. So, and then I'm just going to describe the keywords here in the audio. All right. This is R. This is a file of recent job hires that is sorted by density of keywords that are important to this company Catch. Those keywords are in column R, default underscore group. Now, what I want you to do is look at the all lowercase comma separated keywords above, which should be all of the keywords in column R. And I want you to structure them based on the value prop that Catch would talk about relative to those keywords. So identify high-level buckets that Catch would care about that are related to these keywords, and then the messages that they should talk about depending on which keyword we find. Make sure that every single keyword has a bucket. So I just want to be able to take this data and figure out the appropriate keywords for basically that we should target at the company, right? So yeah, okay, great. What I probably should have done, which I didn't, is say that, hey, all the keywords are actually here. You don't need to actually pull it from the data set, but I didn't do a good job of explaining that to ChatGPT. Look at all. Oh, I haven't finished this, but I looked at all. This is unrelated to what we're talking about, but I was looking at all the companies that had posted jobs that mentioned chatbot, and I was going to do some chatbot analysis on who's thinking about chatbots, etc. Okay. Now for each bucket, I want you to provide irresistible, undeniably useful, absolutely insane offers that the people that we're targeting would be absolutely silly to ignore. Provide something that the user would find independently useful that is not necessarily about signing up for this product, that will get someone to reply to a message, and do this unique for each bucket. Well, these are okay. Oh, risk profile. That's cool. Oh, famous AI ethicist. That's interesting. Now I'm seeing if I think this is enough. Actually, I'm going to upload the companies here because I was debating if I sometimes what I'll do is I will ask it to go find additional keywords for these buckets, but I think we have enough. I want to make sure I can give the client something fast, and today, and I gotta go soon. So let's do this. These companies that I'm uploading, all of the unique keywords that are found in their jobs are listed in column S, default underscore group. What I want you to do is figure out which keywords exist in this group and define the message based on the density of keywords in the default group. So, for example, if there are three keywords, data quality and data lineage and model auditing, the message that we should lead with is data quality and management. So what I want you to do is evaluate every single row for the density of keywords, and then determine what high-level message bucket I should lead with at each company. And I want you to write a new column that has the high-level bucket name: data governance and compliance, data quality and management, data security and privacy, risk assessment and mitigation, model governance and ethics, and only that name, only the high-level message. Then in another column, I want you to define the keywords found for that bucket, and add one more column that includes the associated offer for each bucket. So for data quality management, it'd be like, download our comprehensive guide, the ultimate checklist for ensuring data quality and optimizing data management. And I want you to write it back to this sheet, leaving all the original columns intact and adding the 3 columns at the end. Now, sometimes if you ask too much, it does get drunk here. And so you have to kind of make sure to be careful here. And let's go share this. Maybe I should rename it Catch. K-E-T-C-H. All right. Share. Whoa, big me. I don't want big me. Share your name, copy link. All right, let's do resources there. First chat. Let's send that. A lot of information. All right, we're pulling up on 25 minutes. I think you get the gist here. This is kind of how I do this. And I'm going to give this list plus leads and associate the leads with each message and offer so that I can feed their sales team immediately. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like me to do this for your company, I do 3-hour list builds for $1,500, depending on what you need. Sometimes it's more, usually $1,500. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know if you have. Let's see if it did it. We're at the 25-minute mark. Let's see if it worked. High level bucket, sure enough, Keywords? Sure enough. Associated offer? Sure enough. All right, we've done it. We identified the companies, which companies have high intent, which keywords we should go after, which group, and the associated offer. Thank you so much for watching 25 minutes of my content. I hope you stopped at minute 2 and went and watched a new Beavis and Butthead episode. I think it's going to be funnier. I guess if you had to do work, fine. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful Monday. Bye.